And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. A new bill introduced into Congress seeks to have wigs covered by Medicare. Now, the bill would help cover the cost of wig units for those who suffer from hair loss due to medical conditions. We address the benefits of the legislature tonight with our guests. And our guests are here on The Factor Uncensored tonight to talk about this legislation from Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley. She's reintroducing this legislation that would make wigs durable medical equipment. Now, Shemika, for those who are wondering why this is important to men and women of this country, tell us about that.
As you're going through hair loss, it's not just a physical issue, it's also an emotional impact in your life. So a lot of your emotions will cause you an effect on a lot of areas of your life because you're suffering from, a lot of people are suffering from permanent hair loss. So they still want to feel beautiful, they still want to feel energetic, but at the same time, they're suffering mentally just over the idea of just not having their hair anymore.
And when we hear the term alopecia, what does that exactly mean for those who are not in the know?
Alopecia is hair loss. So you have an autoimmune disease in which your hair follicles are being attacked and ultimately causing you to have the hair loss.
Now, Sharon, you have decided to just go bald with your hair. You're not concerned about a wig or hair pieces. Tell us a little bit about that and where you get that confidence from.
Well, actually, I had locks down to my butt, and I was going through a transformation, a divorce. And I found that not having hair was more refreshing for me. It just built my confidence, and it's also a conversation starter. So I love it. And normally when I have speaking engagements, people say, oh my God, you have cancer. So now I start the speech with, I don't have cancer, I have confidence. And people just laugh, and it's so amazing and refreshing. And so many women say, I want to do that. I don't have the confidence to. And I say, baby girl, just cut off the hair. You'll be fine.
And Kim, it takes a while to get where Sharon is, though, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. You know, and I'm in the beauty industry. I've been working with women all my life. And I think that it does take that, but also to, me for bald every day, right? And it's looked at as sexy, right? So I think for Sharon and for women who wear their hair bald, I think it's just taking that new perspective that it's sexy. You know, you can be cute and stylish, and then you also can use head wraps, you can use wigs to take care and cover your head and also protect it as well.
And Tamika, you lost your hair initially during your battle with cancer. Where do you stand now? And when you take a look at this legislation that the Congresswoman is introducing, do you think it will help people who are not at that point where Sharon is now?
It definitely will, because when I was going through my hair loss, it was a big deal. I was more worried about losing my hair than I was having cancer, to be honest.
Wow. And that's honesty.
Yeah, I was like, God, I knew God had me with the cancer, but I'm like, but my hair is falling out, and it was hard for me. And then also as an oncology nurse, I've dealt with a lot of ladies when they was going through their own battle, and it's a struggle. It's a big deal. And I love Sharon and her confidence. And when my hair was gone, I was like, oh, this is free, but honestly, I wanted my hair back. And I really hope that this legislation does go through so women can have that access, because it's a struggle for a lot of ladies.
Now, Shemika, it would help also with paying for the wigs or the hair pieces. Tell me a little bit about that, what this legislation would do if it's successful in Congress.
It would allow Medicare to cover cranial prosthesis. So it will cover the hair units so that they can feel a lot more confident in themselves if they're suffering from permanent hair loss.
And when you have people who come into your shop looking for hair and hair pieces after dealing with something like alopecia or cancer, how difficult is that for them? Do you almost have to counsel them as well, walk them through it?
It's pretty easy because I suffer from it myself personally. So most of the time we have a conversation about it. It is refreshing because we know we have options. Like Tamika said, it's not cancer, so we know we have an option here. So although we are suffering, we do have a brighter side that we have an option to have customized units and hair units that can cover our area that we do have. So we leave, most of the time the customers leave encouraged. You know, we get something that's natural for them and that allows them to feel like themselves. That's the goal, for them to feel themselves.
And Sharon, what advice would you have for those who are going through cancer or alopecia and they're just terrified, like Tamika said, of losing that hair?
I would say you have to love yourself from the inside first. And I do understand that hair is confident. So I would say, hey, you're going to be okay. It's going to be okay.